Hey, I want to bring you through a project that me and my son Austin have done quite a few years ago. Actually, we started this in 2009, and we decided to, Austin had decided actually that he wanted to build a custom bicycle. And we had a Schwinn Stingray chopper bike that his brother Steve had, and we wanted to build this thing up, and Austin decided that he wanted to come up with some ideas to build a cool custom chopper. So I thought, hey, we'll just paint this bike and he'll think that's really cool. So I asked him, Austin, what do you think you want to do to this bicycle? And he come up with the idea. He wanted to have it candy apple red because that was his favorite color. And then he also said that we should do a custom chopper with a lot of spokes on the wheels because that really looks cool in the sun when the sun hits it. And then also he thought chains instead of flames because I've airbrushed some flames before and done quite a few flame jobs for other people, and inspired by Mike LaValle, airbrush artist. And I thought, hey, what if we do something different? Well, Austin.
I thought chains because and flames and skulls have been way too overdone, and I was into a movie franchise that involved a lot of lights.
So he decided that it would look better with chains, and chains have to break apart as they come to the back of the bike and start melting and breaking apart and flopping in the breeze. And then also I said, well, what else, Austin? He says, well, it has to have lights, it has to have LED lights, and they have to be on remote control. And I'm like, is there anything else? And he said, yeah, I think that'll probably do it for right now, but what if we do something like that? And I thought, hey, why don't we do it? Why not? It'd be a great opportunity for Austin to learn how to put his heart and soul into something, and something he can create and see the final product of. So this is what we came up with, and everybody's asking about it all the time on what's with the chopper bike in the background. And this is something that we created just from our imaginations, and we built it from scratch and built it in the garage here. And Austin, why don't you take us through some of the work that we've done to the bike? And starting with the front section, what is the front fender?
The front fender is off of eBay. Believe it or not, this is actually plastic, not metal. Deceiving.
And this was off a moped that we had to reshape it to contour to the shape of the tire and wheel. And then Austin picked out these wheels that thought would look way better with a ton of spokes on them, but then he wanted the wheels to light up, so we put LEDs all over it, and Austin soldered and wired all the LEDs. And then the headlight for it, he thought it'd be great if it had a headlight on it.
I had my dad do a lot of the fabrication work because I was 10 years old, 9 years old. So I had him buy a flashlight from Menards, and he did some engraving at his work for little diamond patterns, and then he machined a little visor for it and machined a little attachment piece.
So then we took the battery pack that was in that, we wired in a 6-volt transformer into it, a voltage regulator, and then put a battery pack out of a drill motor in it to power it up, and then use the remote control to turn it on and off. So you can turn the lights on, turn the lights off, and it lasts a long time with LED lights with that kind of power draw that the LEDs use. The battery really lasts a long time with these lights on.
Which is really great when we get invited to car shows or anything, because we can leave the bike out with the lights on, and people can see that it actually lights up, and it lasts the entire convention day. Only have to recharge the battery about halfway through the second day.
Right. Yeah, they last that long. It's really incredible with the LED technology. So and then the handle grips, Austin picked these out off of eBay also. We picked those up, and then we had everything re-chromed. And coming to the back of the bike, Austin thought it would look better with the chain guard came all the way to the back of the wheel before. He thought it would look better with a little bit of a swoopy cut to it. So we cut the chain guard and modified that. We also modified the pedals right here. So we machined out, and Austin did his cutting of the spikes on there, machined those out on the milling machine. And then we took the seat and we cut the back of that out, and that's where the battery goes, right in there. And then Austin, we take him through the frame. What else did we do to the frame?
Alright, so we pretty much just chopped off the entire back half of the original bike because we had to remake the
Seat post.
seat post, the two back forks, the part that holds the tire itself. Then we bought a fender for a Harley motorbike on eBay and custom cut out little designs, the Stingray designs.
Shape on them. He thought that would look better with the Stingray shape but he thought it'd only look better if it had light showing through the Stingray shape. So this is what we came up with.
And then we cut off the back here, and I had my dad do some grinding patterns of swoops coming down into the tail light, which I designed.
We made the custom taillight bezel and Austin cut that out, and we stamped that, and we also stamped the screen so that we made a die for that to push the screen out flush and everything with that. And then the back wheel was quite a challenge for both of us. We decided that it would look better with a lot more spokes because we added the spokes in the front. We thought the back would look better with more spokes, so we doubled the amount of spokes that it originally had in the back wheel, and then we re-spoked it up with two different size spokes on it also, two different lengths, and that was quite a challenge to get the wheel true and square and everything without being a clown wheel, and it took us a long time to spoke that wheel up with all the different length spokes and everything to get that true and to ride good. And then we stripped the whole bike down and we brought it in. We had the forks chromed and the handlebars chromed and the back seat cover chromed and the chain guard chromed and the wheels chromed.
I really liked chrome at the time.
And this is the whole project that we came out with, and this goes to show you that your ideas, of a 9-year-old at the time can come to life if you guys put your heads together and just be creative and go for it. And this is also the project that Austin learned how to weld on.
And how to grind down welding goobers.
Yes, everybody that learns to weld has to learn how to grind their own welds, and that makes you a better welder in a big hurry because grinding really stinks.
And I also learned how to cure blisters from accidentally grabbing a burning hot metal piece that was just welded.
And that's lessons that everybody that's doing any kind of fabrication and welding and everything learns. In a big hurry, you learn what not to do. So you're not born with this ability to learn how to do everything right out of the gate, and you have to learn the hard way sometimes. And those are the easiest lessons to learn and remember the rest of your life. So don't be afraid to fail, people. This is, everybody fails and makes mistakes, and that's what makes us better, and that's what makes us learn. So what did you learn from this, Austin?
Well, I learned how to do a lot of electrical work, which helped when we were redoing a lot of stuff in the garage. And I learned how to do a lot of welding and soldering. And I learned if something fails, try again. And don't make yourself think there's a limit to your ability. If you want to do something, strive towards your goal.
Just go for it. And the one thing I forgot about, this is House of Color paints that we painted on. It's a House of Color candy apple red paint, and House of Color is actually founded by John Kosmosky of Minneapolis, Minnesota, which we've become good friends with. And we've painted it with his paints because they're just such vibrant colors out in the sunshine. It's just incredible. So the frame actually is powder coated clear first, and then we did the candy apple and the chains all at the same time. So doing chains to make them look like they're flowing in the breeze like that, we came up with a whole different way of airbrushing chains, and we learned along the way. So Austin also learned how to do painting and airbrushing and everything as well with this. So we hope this can be a great inspirational video for you guys to check out and build something with your kids. You know, this is what it's all about.
And this will lead into hopefully new coming series on my channel, DIY videos, which a lot of episodes are going to feature my dad because he's amazing at it and he teaches me what I need to do. So check that out. Link in the description.
And stay tuned next time. We got a lot of really cool stuff coming up, so hope you join us.